Okay, could you explain how someone can practically shift out of chronic fight or flight mode as seen in states such as trauma and adrenal fatigue? So what I have to do with patients and what we all need to do is shift this physiology, right? And the way we shift that physiology is we look at the bucket. We all have a certain size bucket of tolerance for stress. And we know that because we all have one stress response system, and it includes the adrenals, but it's more than that. The adrenals are just the end of the line, right? They're on the hormone side of the stress response, but there's a nerve side of our stress response as well. That's your autonomic nervous system, basically running all of your organs. Neither of those systems actually makes the call as to whether something is stressful or dangerous. It's the limbic system in the brain that interprets that first. So the limbic system is not a thinking part of our brain, it's just a reacting part of our brain. It interprets signals, right? From the internal environment, from the external environment, it has to make a judgment. Is this stimulus harmful, dangerous? Can this thing kill me? Do I got to jump this body into fight or flight? Hormones and adrenals, autonomic nervous system, let's jump this body into fight or flight. Or is this stimulus harmless, innocuous? I can just chill out in vacation mode and just let it pass. What happens is, with a bit of a genetic predisposition and just enough chronic stress of any kind over time, including trauma, including abuse, including infections, including traffic, relationships, the way we were raised, being perfectionist, overachieving, kind of overdoing, filling up the bucket, exercise, like our whole life is in this bucket, past and present. As that bucket fills up, this physiology starts to get stuck. And I say stuck. What does that mean exactly? Well, at a more scientific level, it means it's sensitized. Stress hormone, when it hits this stress physiology, especially the nervous system side, it sensitizes those nerves so that they get trigger happy. And really all nerves. So cortisol and adrenaline sensitize all nerves. So a lot of my patients at times they'll be like, Doc, I'm sensitive to these bright lights now and harsh chemicals and smells and loud sounds, even touch. You can touch one of my patients sometimes and the brain registers pain. So when we get into this situation, now our limbic system is over-perceiving our environment as dangerous. So now we fill up the bucket even faster, right? Because it takes less and less to trigger it, so that's where we get stuck. So the way we shift out, which is essential, is to create space in the bucket. There's 3 ways. Scoop whatever you can out of the bucket. And like I said, your whole life is in that bucket, so even minor adjustments, we don't have to empty the bucket. I know I give stress a bad rap. We need stress. We can't live a life without stress. It causes adaptation. It makes us stronger. So it's good in many ways. It's only good to a point. And after that point, our function starts to drop again. So we function optimally with a certain amount of stress, but too much stress has us then function suboptimally. This is where I catch all my patients. So we got to move people back, right? Scoop. You won't poke as many holes in the bucket because stress is going to continue to come. Life is not without stress. So as it comes, you want to make sure it drains through. Hopefully make sure it doesn't accumulate, right? Things like relaxation exercises or vagus nerve techniques or therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, all these various things together can start poking lots of holes in those buckets and let it flow through. And then we want to expand the bucket, right? Let's make the bucket as big as possible, right? Given your genetics, let's expand the bucket. This is a little more of the job of my team and I by figuring out each individual's puzzle with regard to this condition. We put enough of those pieces of the puzzle together, we settle it down, we calm it, we heal, the bucket expands, and now we have increased tolerance. All 3 of those actions lower the level, and as the level drops, now we have tolerance, and now we start to loosen up this shift. And I should say, by the way, that I do have patient coordinators who are available for a consultation, for a complimentary call, have a conversation. They've been doing this a long time. They know my patients. There's no pressure or anything. It's just a conversation to see if what we do fits what's going on for you. Then we can ultimately move forward after that.